another You Asked, They Told segment brought to you by Project You and the Modern Day Wife. Today we have Ashley Ray joining us, the founder of Mala Collective, to share a little bit about her entrepreneurial journey and some things that she's learned along the way. So welcome, Ashley. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
You have such an incredible story, and I would love it if you could share a little bit with us about how Mala Collective came to life.
Yes, thank you for asking. It is definitely a unique entrepreneurial journey, and I don't think it's the normal. What is normal anyway? What is the normal entrepreneurial path? But before I started Mala, I used to be a journalist. So I used to cover murder trials. So probably the exact opposite of what I do now in the world of mindfulness and meditation. Quit my job, went to Bali, fell in love with these mala beads, this necklace that I'm wearing. It's like a string of beads to use in meditation practice. We were flying from Bali to Thailand. This beautiful woman came up to us on the plane, said, "Oh, I love your aura. Can I sit and talk to you?" And she ended up being the woman that made the beads that we fell in love with. So it was a very serendipitous collision. It was an accidental falling into entrepreneurship. And whenever I tell that story, I'm aware it's beautiful, it's very romantic. And it's not what we typically think about when we talk about a founder story. And most people's response is, I wish that would happen to me. And the thing that I often ask people or maybe offer is, you know, if you're open to serendipity, if you're open to trust, if you're open to these experiences happening, they can happen to us every day. And I'm sure there's people that we meet on a daily basis that could change our life and we could change theirs. We're just not as open to it. And that idea of it's too good to be true often goes through our head and we second guess and we don't lead with trust. So I'm a big believer in serendipity and magic and being open to those serendipitous moments.
Wow. Yeah, that is a very incredible moment. I think a lot of us probably have had these opportunities come to us, but we've never taken it to the next step. And I think a lot of the reason for that is because we're fearful and we're very focused on the how instead of the what and the why. So You did take action on that. What was the next steps going through from that encounter with that lady to bringing this incredible business to the marketplace?
Oh my goodness. Well, this is a 9-year journey summarized in maybe 30 seconds. But we didn't know what we were doing. And I think when I think back to younger me and that experience, I struggled so much with self-doubt and I struggled so much with these limiting beliefs of, I don't have a business background, I don't have a master's degree, I don't have a business degree, I don't understand finance, I don't get payroll, I don't get HR. And I was so in love with the product and so in love with the mission that wasn't an issue for me in the beginning. I just was so involved in purpose and service of, I'm aware of mindfulness and I'm becoming more aware of it and it's changing my life. And I bet other people are curious about this too. So I really led with that curiosity. And then the more that we grew, the more milestones we passed, the more that self-doubt creeped in and that imposter syndrome started to creep in more and more. So we did a big launch with Lululemon across North America. We were their first ever co-branded product. Wow. And that was this huge moment of celebration. Yeah. And also this huge moment of fear of, who am I to be doing this? Who am I to be running this company? Should I let somebody else do this? I bet they would do it so much better than me. So it was this mix of curiosity, love, growth, passion, and momentum and trusting, but also this really curious internal turmoil where I just kept doubting myself on the whole journey.
Yeah, I think like that self-doubt and the imposter syndrome that you're talking about is something that probably all of us can relate to at some point in our business or even in our personal lives, because you know, it creeps up and then we feel like we're the only ones and that it's not happening with women. So thank you for opening up the conversation for women to be able to talk about these feelings and be like, I'm feeling that too, and it's okay. So I know you have launched like this big campaign called I Am Enough through Mala Collective. And when I saw that, it really resonated with me. I think it's such a beautiful message. Why is it important for you to kind of to do these types of campaigns through your business?
Oh my goodness. Well, I love that it resonates with you. Thank you for sharing that. You know, as I speak with that, I want to go back to something that you just said of feeling alone. I think that was such a big part of that experience, that I really felt I was the first person to screw something up as bad as I did, or I was the only person struggling. Because, you know, when you meet somebody on the street and you say, how's it going? Like, everything's great. Is it really great? Because for me, it's not going great. And do I have to say it's going great? And just, that surface level. So as I was going through that, I was really practicing with that mantra. I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm enough. I am capable. I am supported. I am whatever I needed to believe within myself. So it was something that I turned to on that journey. And the more I talked about it, the more I realized most people are struggling and suffering alone, as you mentioned, feeling alone. So that was such a resonant collection for me. And as we launched it, it really was for my own healing. And then seeing so many people share their stories of, I don't feel I'm good enough. I'm not a good enough partner. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not a good enough mom. I'm not a good enough. And all these layers of I am not enough, they manifest in so many ways in our lives. And, we now do this campaign twice a year, and we now highlight people's stories and share their journeys and their paths. And I think it's normalizing that human experience of fear and self-doubt and limiting beliefs, and also really emphasizing that all those qualities we're searching for are within ourselves. We just have to pull them out and become aware of them. And the more we repeat these mantras, it's proven scientifically, it starts to rewire our brain, and we start to believe it. And then we start to believe it, we start to live it and become it. So it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy of using this mantra. So I'm clearly a big fan of it, and I'm so passionate about it. And, I really want people to believe that they are enough, because they truly are.
I love that. So that's something that we can start to apply in our lives right away, because this event is all about learning from successful people and some of the strategies that they use in their personal and professional lives. So you're talking about mantras. Is that something that you do in the morning? Do you do at night? Like, how would somebody start practicing this if they haven't done it before?
Ooh, great question. So usually when I suggest how to start a meditation practice, a few things come up. Try to keep it really easy and simple, something that you can return to every day. Try to tie it to something that you already do in the morning. So maybe you put the coffee pot on or the tea kettle or brush your teeth, and then that ties to your meditation. So once you do that, then meditation comes next. And I'm a big fan of gratitude journaling. I would say that has helped me so much. So shifting my mindset into a place of positivity and abundance and possibility. Even when I'm having a really bad morning, even when I'm really grumpy, I will sit down and write out, I'm really grateful for. And maybe it starts that coffee cup beside me. Maybe it starts the table or the chair. And then it becomes more about my purpose, my vision, my whatever I'm grateful for outside of the physical things around me. And that shifts my mindset throughout the day, and then really brings in that mindfulness practice throughout the day too. So starting with a meditation practice, starting with mantras, I'll often use my mantras in my gratitude practice as well. But when I sit to breathe, I'll usually inhale, I am, and exhale my mantra. So it's just a really easy way to repeat. So inhale, I am, exhale the word that you want to call in that day, even if it's for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Very simple, very gentle way to start. And it just really sets us up for success the rest of the day.
Yes, I think like those I am statements are so powerful. And it's funny that you say the gratitude journal. That's something that I talk about all the time. It's something that I also do every single morning. I got one for my husband. Both of us do it in the morning and when we go to bed at night, and we just reflect on our day. It's such a great habit to incorporate into your life, because there is so much to be grateful for. Even if we are, like you said, even if we're having a bad day, like if you're alive, like that's something to be grateful for, right? A lot of people don't have the same, like a lot of people don't get to experience life. So we just have to really be grateful for everything. And I love that you said the mantras, that you could just do it throughout the day too. So
yeah, of
you
course.
can just keep repeating it in your mind, and then eventually you start to believe it. And I think that's a really great tip. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
So Mala Collective has a vendor booth at our event, and they are offering a really great promotion. So make sure you check them out. They sell Mala beads that Ashley's wearing. They sell meditation cushions. They sell beautiful crystals. It's such a great gift for Christmas, for yourself, or for one of your loved ones. So make sure you check out their booth. Thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us. That's all the time we have today. We really enjoyed chatting with you, and we hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Ashley.